All right, car loaded up with all the parts. Let's go. Okay. So, good morning comrades, welcome back to the channel and welcome today to Poseidon. Now, what is Poseidon? We are here together with our shitbox RingTracktor to rebuild the car. You may have not heard the name of the company before, but you've seen one of their cars, namely the fake taxi A45 AMG that we took out last year together with Alex. Now, Alex happens to work here, and when the RingTracktor Mark 1 got crashed, he and his boss from Poseidon were so kind enough to pick the car up, strip it down, take off all the parts and send the shell off to the scrapyard. So now, finally, after we have collected all the missing parts, thanks to Brexit and COVID that were delayed by many months, we now can start with resurrecting the RingTracktor Mark 1, putting it together on the RingTracktor Mark 2. You know what I'm getting at, so let's get the car inside their workshop and yeah, start building process. Excited. While the guys are sorting out the parts, and the car is already here inside, let's take a look at the corner of the broken parts, of the old parts. So we have here the seats. We can only use one because I'm waiting for a new one from Atomic. Does anyone want to buy a radio? They took it out from the old car, but I obviously don't need it. The wheels, we have Air 1 tires. Yeah, intercooler we don't need. Maybe we can put some AMG GTR drivetrain on it, if it's over GTR, but some AMG probably. I think that's the old engine. And I think I don't need it, so in case anyone needs an old engine 1.9, it's been really good to me. So
that's not bad.
Yeah, with Adidas stripes.
Ah,
full Russian spec.
Yeah, sure.
Like a real race car, the turning circle is not the best. Quite a size difference. There is one new one because the old one had the steering arm cracked the brake disc off. So that was a bit of a painful experience. Painful for the wallet, not for me, luckily. Alright, let the disassembly begin. So, I'm not sure if I ever made a video of it, but in Croatia already we installed the front steering rack and the trailing arms of a TT. And everything else is as far stock. By the way, new exhaust by Miltech. Haven't shown you that one yet either. Ah, danke dir.
Bitte schön, muss nur durchstehen.
Yo. Good coffee. Is this a high five sign? That's loud. So the first part that we installed is the Tyrol Sport steering rack clamp. This is the original part, which is just a rubber seal, which you can also replace by a PowerFlex bushing, what I had on the old car, held by a clamp. And in this case, it's a solid part. And the same part, or basically the same construction of solid mounting, is being used on all the models following Golf 5. So 5, 6, 7, 8, and on the 4. And before they used these ones. So it should get some better steering response. Solid subframe mounts. Funny enough, came to realization that the trailing arms, or the lower control arms that we had already installed, already had PowerFlex bushings in them. But these are obviously old, don't know how old. They're also purple, but we have black ones. So a bit more stiff. Just a tiny bit more. Next up is the brake system, not only on the front, but also big brake kit on the rear from the R32 Golf. So this is the stock one, and the bigger one is not only bigger, but it also comes with ventilated discs. which we have here from StopTech. Ta-da! And the bigger calipers and carriers. While we're at it, we're gonna replace the bearings as well. Maybe let's check out the Mustang. Look at how everything is new and shiny. Fantastic. Some CNC lovers here. And the result, the big brake kit of StopTech is back in action. And for comparison, the stock PD130, PD150 size, quite a difference. Brake lines?
Yep.
Ist ein bisschen am Regnen.
So this crap is stock, and this is Powerflex. And this basically makes sure that your rear axle does not move left to right when you are in the corner and stays stable. Yeah, one to go. There we go again. Putting the new Powerflex bushings in took probably like 10 seconds. I didn't even manage to hit record button to show how easy, how fast. They were already inside before I could record it, but yeah. But as mentioned, it's maybe a lot of pain in the ass of get the old ones out, but it's a lot worth it, because when we installed them on the first RingTracktor, you could notice the difference in handling immediately. So I'm sure that in this case it's going to be maybe even better, because they'll be less flexible, because previously we had the purple ones and now the black ones, which are more stiff, but in any case this is going to be good. Fast forward to the second day actually. So yeah, in this case, a second good morning comrades, and now we proceed with the rest, and we hope to finish the Golf today. So now first the lower control arms, and the rest of the bushings, and the brakes, and then the seats, and the steering wheel, and everything what is else on the program. They're always going a lot easier than coming out. So these ones are double functional. Not only are they stiffer obviously than the stock ones, but they're also eccentric, so you can twist them to adjust the camber. Very handy. In between preparing the installation of the rear brakes, so the dust covers. And the new bearings. Funny detail of the dust covers, there were only one of each left in whole of Germany, so we were very lucky. Yay, spinny boy. So the subframe is installed, and now it's time for the sway bar, and also to see if it's still straight after the accident. Cool. Seems to be straight. So the subframe has been installed, and now the brake system is being flushed. The new brake fluid is going in, and not sure if I mentioned, but we also have the braided steel lines in the front and also in the back. Somewhere there. Somewhere. Aha. Yeah. It's a bit weak construction with the Golf, because this is already braided from factory, and then this connector piece would be rubber from factory. Why don't you make the whole thing braided? But yeah, who am I? I'm not working for Volkswagen. On this side you can see it better. So this side is already stock braided, and then there we added the aftermarket set. With the brake system bleeding done, it's now time to move on, and in this case the installation of the carbon-tastic steering wheel. Yeah. So it's just an easy cable swap? Not so easy cable swap.
Oh, a little bit customized.
Ah, okay.
That's it.
Nice. Sexy AF. Turn on the ignition, see if it doesn't explode. Oh my god, the wheels are going on. This means that it's almost ready, almost finished. I mean, it's far from finished, because we still have to do the engine and everything, but in terms of restoration, we're there. Happy and excited. Look how good it looks. That's amazing. Yeah. And of course the front is even better. I need to scrape up the rust. Okay, so steering wheel is installed, and on top the shifter has been installed. But now we are going to put in something that I've been very much looking forward to put in, namely get rid of those ugly rubber mats and install the ones that I bought like premium back in Croatia for the old RingTracktor one that got crashed. Oh, it's gonna change the look so much. Oh, maybe we should, oh maybe not.
Yeah, we'll put it.
Just to show it.
Yeah.
Nice, such a difference. And that's it. The car is ready to go home. It has been assembled. I cannot say thank you often enough to the whole crew of Poseidon. Fabian, who spent all of his 2 days working on the car. Alex, of course, who put me in touch. And also Mike, the boss and founder and owner, and the big man behind Poseidon, for allowing allowing the presence of this shitbox in his workshop. So thank you very much, and especially as mentioned in the beginning of this video, for helping me out when going with a proper car now, huh, for a test drive. I think they're happy not having to work on the car anymore. But what I was saying is that I cannot thank them enough for helping me out back then in August of last year when the RingTracktor 1 was crashed. It's probably still cold. When it was crashed, and they, as mentioned in the beginning of this video, that they disassembled the car completely, etc. And now, almost more than half a year later, they rebuilt this car. For that, I'm like forever grateful. So, you've seen the progress. Everything has been installed. I don't have to sum it up again. Tomorrow, the car will be picked up by JRZ Suspension for installing the JRZ suspension on it. I will not document it, unfortunately, because of travel, Corona, blah blah blah. And after that, it's going to UK to Darkside Developments, so something I'm very much looking forward to. So let's not get too awkward with the glasses. Again, thank you guys for watching. Thanks Poseidon for helping me out, and I guess, well, stay tuned for the upcoming RingTracktor updates, and let's see if we can maybe take something of this in one of the upcoming videos onto the Nürburgring, like we did with A45. Looking forward to that. So, okay, let's proceed with driving. Yeah. This looks so good, so good. One final thing, we still have to install the seats because I forgot the seating console at home, but that's something George and I will do. So yeah, there's that. And now, foot shot.
Jetzt der Großfahrer oder auch da?